Hey everybody, ThrewRedButter here, back again with another beer review, coming at you today with a beer from Founders Brewing out of Michigan. I believe this is a brand new, at least new to market, variation on the KBS. This one is a slightly different take on KBS, KBS being an imperial stout. This is an imperial golden ale. With flavored coffee, cocoa nibs, and milk sugar, 11% alcohol by volume, aged in bourbon barrels. It is the Founders KBS Iced Mocha. Right there. And we got story time on the back. A whole new way to treat yourself. KBS Iced Mocha is coffee meets smooth chocolate in this decadent twist on a coffee lover's favorite. This barrel-aged imperial golden ale drinks like dessert, with complex notes of mocha, balanced with the rich flavor derived from the bourbon barrel, chilled and brewed to satisfy. This is your go-to beer when you want something indulgent and irresistible. Alright, let me get my notepad here. Imperial Golden Ale version of a KBS. I previously reviewed, and they've released, obviously, the Iced Latte, which is an Imperial Golden Ale with coffee, cocoa nibs, milk sugar, vanilla extract, and aged in bourbon barrels. Iced Mocha is an Imperial Golden Ale with flavored coffee, cocoa nibs, and milk sugar. No vanilla extract, and also aged in bourbon barrels. So the biggest difference is with Mocha, there's no vanilla extract, and it has flavored coffee instead of just regular coffee. Good times. Alright. And people say I don't do my homework. Come on, you jerk. What are you doing? Oh, tough guy. Alright. Think you're better than me? Alright, so. Pour. Off the top of my head, I don't remember exactly what I said about iced latte. I don't do my homework. Look at me. Walking contradiction. Right there. So, don't remember the score I gave it, blah, 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 but here we go. A new KBS. Always fun to try. So, the appearance on KBS Iced Mocha. Golden Ale, huh? Well, that is coming in like a dark amber color. Bordering on almost brown. The body itself is relatively nice and clear. Completely see through it. Little carbon. Very little carbonation coming up off the bottom of the glass. Not much head. Maybe half a finger. What do we got there? Slightly off-white head. Not bad. Let's get an aroma on KBS Iced Mocha. Mocha is right. That is very prominent on the nose. Whoa, massive amounts of coffee and chocolate. A lot of chocolate. This is a chocolate bomb. It's reminding me of when I reviewed the 2025 Founders CBS. Check that one out. Whoa. Some kind of natural vanilla flavor or kind of a lactose thing going on as well. Maybe that's coming out from the barrel. Yeah, very decadent with that mocha, coffee and chocolate. Not getting much in terms of bourbon barrel. Maybe just like an underlying sweetness from the spirit, but that's it. But like the barrel itself and like actual bourbon aroma, nothing going on here on the nose. But it smells decadent in terms of, the confectionery flavors, adjuncts, ingredients, whatever. You know what I meant. Yeah, let's see what goes on the taste, but let's get a taste. Founders KBS Iced Mocha. Cheers. A prominent bitter dark chocolate is the biggest thing going on here. Man, Always interesting with these imperial golden ales or the trend many years ago was the golden stouts. I'm not sure if they would qualify this as a golden stout, but imperial golden ale. But it's always fun to see the kind of that head game between what you're seeing and what you're tasting. Man, this is just a massive amount of bitter dark chocolate. Wow. Yeah, intense deep roast coffee. Little touch of the bourbon in there. At least it's actually here. It's not like a huge prominent, destroying my palate with bourbon like big decadent bourbon barrel aged imperial stouts, but at least it's here. At least it's actually here and it's contributing. So props there. I'd say more than just contributing. It's there. Again, it's giving me the CBS vibes, but it's a golden ale. Maybe that's almost the best way I could say it. Only thing it would be missing is it's missing that obvious with CBS kind of that maple syrup character or maple character. But other than that, it's really almost the same because 2025 CBS when I reviewed it to me it was like a big first and foremost a big chocolate bomb, and that's what this is. So that's why I'm getting the same vibes. The smallest tinge touch of alcohol on the back end, but I'm perfectly fine with it because in this case, it's helping combat some of that sweetness from all that chocolate. So I'm perfectly fine there. Yeah, more of that bourbon, and there's like I said, I was getting the CBS comparisons. There's a sticky molasses and like brown sugar thing going on here as well. Body is full enough. It's got a syrupy feel to it, but not thick and off-putting. Doesn't make the experience doesn't hinder the experience at all, and it doesn't stick to the palate. It's not a sticky beer. It's not a sticky sweet beer, thankfully. And I mentioned that little touch of alcohol on the taste, perfectly fine with it again in this case, but it doesn't. It's not hot and it's not warming at all. Even 11%. Kind of expected, and I guess it feels like a big beer despite the appearance. Then again, I shouldn't say that because you've seen beers like this that could be high in alcohol. So I mean, there's not as big of a disconnect between the visual and the actual experience as I have had in the past with golden stouts or anything like that. Which again, I don't believe they would call it a blonde stout or anything like that. But what the hell am I even trying to say? Stop. Ugh. I just rant for no reason all the time. Whatever. So final score. Founders KBS Iced Mocha 11% barrel aged golden ale with flavored coffee, cocoa nibs, and milk sugar. 11%. Again, not recalling off the top of my head what I said about the iced latte, but I think I could say I like this more than the iced latte. And again, it was really giving me flashbacks to the 2025 CBS, which I previously reviewed. Which this one even had hints of maple and brown sugar in it, which it's not made with those things like the CBS. Well, CBS is aged maple bourbon as well. But yeah, as described, a decadent, worthy of dessert beer. I've reviewed regular KBS and other variants, which I think were lacking in barrel character. Maybe in terms of the actual barrel itself. There's no oak wood, char, tobacco I'm getting from this beer, but there is actual bourbon on the taste, not so much in the nose, but there is actual bourbon to be had here, and it's adding to the beer. And it's not a mess by any stretch of the imagination. It is actually a very good KBS variant. Very nice stuff. So I'll go. Yeah, I really liked it. Yeah, 8.2 out of 10. Very good beer. Very good variation. Nice stuff. 8.2 out of 10. Founders KBS Iced Mocha. That's going to do it for me through Red Butter. Till next time. Cheers, everybody.